bet. Hello and welcome back to Lapping with Purpose. You join me at round 8, Austria, F1 2015 season during our decade-long playthrough of Carlos Sainz, all the way from 2015 to 2025. So we had where were we last time? Canada, right? Yeah, Canada. We had a pretty good time, so if you haven't seen that, please go and watch it. It was a good race for a change. If you want to just go watch a terrible race, which is just very short and just full of silliness, then go and watch Monaco, by all means. Go and have a laugh. So as per usual, we're just in practice here. We've got all of our assist-offs. I believe traction control may be at its lowest, which does not stop me from sliding or spinning or power sliding out the corners or anything like that whatsoever. Then everything else is off. We have the difficulty on the highest, which is legendary. And we are just trying our best. See how we do compared to Sainz's real results, as well as obviously against our teammate Max Verstappen, as they both debuted in 2015. Now again, as is customary at this point, allow me to have a good 5-10 minutes of practice with a little bit of concentration if possible, and I'll get back to you soon. And now that I've got a few laps and the washing machine's finished, which is nice, I can have a little chatty chat. So at time of recording, it goes possibly a bit too deep and slides into there. Yep, that's about right. At time of recording, at least, it's just been the opener at Melbourne in Australia for the F1 2025 season. I've seen qualifying yesterday afternoon where I am, so I watched the highlights. I'm looking forward to seeing the race later. After obviously playing this game for the last couple of weeks, basically, pretty solidly, these cars are pretty kind of like upright and narrow and a little bit slidey. And then actually watching qualifying yesterday, it was, I don't know what the appropriate word is, it was just shocking to see how low and wide the cars are. I guess since the ground effect kind of regulations came in early 2020s, they're ridiculously wide and low, and I guess they kind of look cool. But yeah, I'm not quite a fan of how low and wide they are, with the very wide, low rear wings and stuff. Whilst I'm not saying that this is a massive improvement, it doesn't quite look right. So I'm hoping that the regulation change for next year does improve things somewhat in the looks department. Whilst they're just a bit too fast, they're just a bit too much. Let's have some more sliding. But we've got to make the cars shorter and narrower. It's getting a bit ridiculous now. They're huge, these cars, absolutely huge. These, the ones I'm actually driving on right now, feel quite small. So that's nice. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this season. Last year, the current regulations, which means everything should be really tight. As of qualifying, obviously when people watch this, you know, it shouldn't be spoilers or anything like that. This will come out after the race, probably. Sorry, I'm chatting here, come on. See, after qualifying, Kimi Antonelli and Liam Lawson had a dreadful time, both out in Q1, and I believe they were both beaten by, what's the kid's name, Bortoletti, and the kick Sauber got huge to Q2 just about on his last flying lap, which is an incredible achievement in that car. It looks like they may have actually, it may not be a completely back of the grid car like it was last year. I'm not saying they had pace, but it looks like they're mixing. Hulkenberg and Bortoletti were mixing. They were fighting for Q2, which is again a huge improvement over last year, where it just seemed like they were essentially cruising through the year, not doing anything to the car, not spending as little as possible ahead of this kind of like Audi merger takeover type thing, which should be good, but they're not going to come in and just like dominate or anything. I think it's going to take them a good few years to get up to speed. Whether they beat Renault Alpine's 5-year plan, which was about, I don't know, 5 years ago now, it's supposed to come to fruition, who knows. But yeah, it seems to be massively up in the air. Yes, obviously you have the McLarens, Max and the Red Bull at least, Mercedes and Ferraris all up there. You've got Williams and RB and I don't know about Aston Martin, I've forgotten where exactly they came. You've got everyone fighting for points, and it's fantastic to see, so I'm really looking forward to the season. I actually really yellow flag, what's happened? Yeah. Oh, how has Vettel managed to spin there? Ooh, spicy. So Vettel somehow managed to spin into that braking zone, or do something weird, and Hamilton absolutely just smashed into him. I don't know if I can see a replay of a practice. You better believe I'm going to whack that in the whack that as a hook for the intro to this video. So I've just turned it up for the end of practice. We're going to turn up the fuel. I've come back in with half of the actual fuel as well, so I've probably got about 3 laps. New primes. I've not gone for the option tyres. Let's see where we are. In theory, we should be a bit faster now, a fair bit faster of this increased fuel compared to the opposition for the race. Okay, P8, that was a decent lap. I don't think there's a huge amount in it. So I think that's the end of our practice. We'll go straight into qualifying. Okay, P8 and P10 for Carlos and Max. Both on the primes, 1:10.4 and a 1:10.7. So pretty close to my teammate for a change, which is good. Nothing too out of the ordinary towards the top there. We're not seeing the kind of Mercedes, not domination. Looking back on the season review, there wasn't actually that much domination. It was between a few drivers. Mercedes and the drivers themselves made the odd mistake here and there. But you know, Vettel's there and thereabouts. The Williams are kind of like present if you're about to make a mistake. Occasionally, Ricardo might get up there. Go straight for it. I'm now parked firm. I've accepted that setup that I put on at the start of practice from Steam. I didn't feel it needed much adjustment. It might be a touch slow in a straight line, I think, but I've got a little bit of confidence on the corner, so that's good. Sure we're up. No, there we go. Now we're on rich fuel. First lap on options. No DRS here. Obviously that changed in the later years. Sounds like the kids have decided to stop playing nicely and they're now going to kill each other. Anyone with children, like siblings or siblings themselves, yeah, that's about right, I think. Nice. These options feel pretty good around here. P1 baby, right, that's it. Finish it. Race run. Let's just use that order for the race results, please. Jokes. Who's going to fly in? They were doing 1.9s in practice, so that's there we go. Not Perez though. 1.8. I'm pretty sure for a while, at least at the Austrian Grand Prix inception, there was a lot of abuse of track limits, and that's when they had to start really tightening things up because people would just take liberties on all the corners, especially when all the exits have just got tarmac on. There's not a huge amount of actual physical penalty even taking the car out there. Be very careful there in the race. It's deceptive. It's obviously downhill. Yeah, sector 3 was a bit faster there. That's not going to help us. That big kick of oversteer on the way out. We might have found our, ultimate pace, or at least my ultimate pace for now, without pounding around here and trying different things for a while. We're stuck on setup now. We're in Parc Fermé regulations. Maybe I could have clicked both the wings down, front and back one, given us a bit more speed, but then I would have struggled even more through the mid-sector, which is already my, unfortunately, weak part. So that's the problem right there. Always turning in far too early there, but if I turn in later, I'll never, ever see the apex ever again. Okay, so make sure I do get back on track. Ooh, oops. Yep, that's on my bad. Could be faster though. Oh, it wasn't actually it wasn't that much fast. It wasn't fast at all, actually, overall. Third sector, yeah. Take a bit more curb there. Ever so slightly up, apparently. If I can have a half-decent last sector, I might gain a 10th, maximum 2. And I've turned in very early and potentially bottled that. Or I've taken a bit more speed in, possibly. Might be a bit naughty. Oh, there you go. Oh, fuel's cutting out. As punishment, the fuel's cutting out. I got a couple of, like, hundreds of tenths there. That's it. Still P9. That's us done. Let's see where we are. So we're currently 9th. Let's see if we've dropped back further. I think my objective was possibly 13th.
That's a perfect end to the day.
I still finished 9th. Okay, so no one else had any more pace to give.
Definitely.
1 minute 8.6 for Hamilton there, followed very closely by Raikkonen and even Rosberg. Yeah, and then Vettel's half a second behind again, unfortunately. So we're on a 10.2 there. I think I can comfortably lap in the race. Should I aim for maybe 111 flat? So we'll have to see where that puts us. So yeah, ahead of our teammate again. So that's actually happened a few times now, which is nice. Nothing overly surprising in there. I think Perez did a good job, and Hulkenberg. Lotus ahead of us. Bottas and Massa behind us. Now, they're usually kind of like top 5 finishers. That car's actually pretty good. I don't know if it's just not suited to this track. You're going to have to watch out for them guys coming through. I would like points there. I like this track. As you've seen there already, it's very easy to go into a lot of these braking zones and just go deep. And in some of those corners, that's you going to be in the gravel, and that's going to be multiple seconds lost.
Welcome to the Austrian Grand Prix here in Spielberg.
Are you kidding me? It's bloody pissing it down. I'm still undecided whether this channel is going to have swearing in. Probably limited. This is going to be rough. This is going to be really rough. It looks like wets. I don't know. I honestly don't know. This could absolutely screw everything. Just really looking forward to a decent dry race here. This track is really good when you can hook it up. It's fantastic.
How well Ferrari are doing this year.
Fernando left Ferrari as he...
Alright. Okay, what's the race strategy then? So we're immediately on wet, so they reckon wet. So I'm going to have to ask for the weather forecast, any full race updates, all that kind of stuff to see if maybe the rain stops and we'll go on to intermediates. Otherwise, it's going to be a full wet race. Right, let's get on with it, I suppose. There's not much else for it. I don't know what the AI are like in the wet race. We haven't had a proper wet race. I'm going to treat this like any other. I don't really know what to do in the wet in this game. Apparently play bumper cars with everyone else. Please get off the grass, it's very slippery. Yeah, there we go. I thought I'd made up a place there. It wasn't to be. Are we at least safe here? Yep, we're safe here, so we've just lost one to Ricardo at the moment. So I'm going to take a small bit of advantage there. Oh, hello. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please don't destroy me, Grosjean. A bit of a reputation in your early years before you calm down a touch. Oh, this is tough, guys. This is really tough. I have no idea if the AI are just going to absolutely drive fine. You know, they might all have low wing on for the dry setup and all kinds of stuff, but they'll still drive absolutely fine. That's unfortunately just AI things. Whether they knew and they've actually got a slower setup, I didn't. Slower dry setup. Oh my god, no, 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 no. You don't go there, surely. Why am I sitting dark? This car does feel like it's vibrating constantly. It's not an overtaking position. Oh, hello. Naughty, naughty. You don't stick your nose in the last corner. It's a sweeping corner, mate. Sorry. That was the lightest of touches. Everyone knows that. You don't stick your nose in something in the corner like that. Armchair expert here. We're back up to 9th. Yeah, I don't have, you know, like a settling in and a acclimatization period where I'm learning everything all over again. I might as well have not bothered doing all that practice and qualifying. Would I be right in saying that if it's a wet race, we don't technically have to come in to the pits? I'm assuming we're going to be. Would I be right in assuming that? So I've been a bit lackluster. I've not been telling you Sainz's actual results, which is obviously some of the point of the challenge, to compare ourselves against real life results. Off the top of my head, I did just look them up. Oh, okay, let's forget about that. I think he got maybe like 10th in Monaco and 12th in Canada, which are the last 2 races. Let me get this braking right. can. I think Ricciardo's coming now. Yep, he is. He actually had, unfortunately for Sainz, he had a string of DNFs. Damn it, talking. Starting here, he had a string of 4 consecutive DNFs. So, you know, if we were solely comparing ourselves to his real-life race results, we wouldn't need to worry so much. Because these 4 races, he didn't finish. And I think we've already surpassed his points finish. His points for the season in total. But we're not quite doing that, but you know, we're playing it because we want to play it. Can I turn my fuel down? Can you? How is fuel? Under. Brilliant. Weather forecast.
We expect the rain to stop in around 15 minutes time. 15 minutes.
And basically just before the end of the race is when you expect it to stop. Oh, come on. I'm assuming, you know, traditional wet racing lines just simply won't work. You know, we go more around the outside of the track where the rubber hasn't been laid down. Take completely different lines in the wet to the dry. I'm assuming the game isn't that sophisticated as it goes massively wide. Oh, it's masses at him. I don't know what's happened to Ricciardo. You'll see, I think over the last couple of laps I've been ever so slightly going a bit. I don't know if I have been going fast. I've just seen a bit of green there. I think it might just be my last sector getting ever so slightly faster. Apologies if the little one next to me makes some funny noises. A bit bizarre. A couple of laps on standard fuel and I'm still over my fuel target for the race, which is a bit worrying. Where? Come on. Where's everyone cleared off to? Wait, everyone's pitted. I'm P1. What the hell? Rain's not supposed to stop. It doesn't look like it's going to be dry anytime soon. Have they gone in? What? Full race update.
You are in first position.
How?
In front of the pack.
How's this happened?
Behind. 10 seconds separate you. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 13 laps to go.
The AI think that maybe they've like chewed through the tyres. Now they've gone in and pitted for more. If so, they're going to do that again because that's so early. Oh no, please don't, concentrate. They could do that 3 times if they're not careful. If only in the last 5 laps of the AI, they weren't sliding or anything. So that's just obviously some sort of like bug or weird little AI mannerism. I told you that right at the beginning of this playthrough, possibly even Melbourne. That potential for an AI mess up could net us a really good result out of the blue for no apparent reason. I'm going to cling to that for a little while, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let's just say that. The raiding is obviously not stopped. I don't believe the track is now suddenly an intermediate track, so I'm not too worried about that. Driver behind. Oh, they're fighting behind me. They keep swapping positions, which is good for me. Fortunately, I do need to concentrate. Oh, come on, please. I'm thinking about something else. I'm thinking about my tyres. I'm thinking about why my tyres don't have a graphic on the damage thing. They usually would have a graphic to indicate that they're worn, you know, they're yellow or orange, whatever. But there's no graphic at all there. Yeah, blue if they're cold, or green or whatever, right? Surely. That's where that usually is. You're telling me these wets would just be absolutely fine, there's no wear to them. Yeah, I'm worried now. Right, I'm going to try and get my head down for lap 2. Because they've gained massively that lap. Absolutely massively. It looks like they're 2 seconds a lap faster than me, 3 seconds a lap faster than me. What tyres are they on? Driver behind.
Hamilton is behind you. The gap is 4 seconds. 11 laps to go.
They on Inters. I said the rain wasn't going to stop, but it doesn't look any different to me. Full race update.
You're leading the pack. P1. Hamilton behind. The gap is 3 seconds. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 11 laps to go.
Oh my god. Guys, I'm using my mirrors. They've closed like a 12-second gap please, no, please don't. Look, I'm trying my best here. Oh dear, oh dear. I'm trying my best here, guys. Just go by. What tyres are you on? I can't tell. Dear. Someone's just gone into the pits. What's my vehicle condition?
It could be time to come in for a fresh set of
Ah,
boots.
what?
We're seeing a lot less spray at this point, and opinion on the wall is that we'll probably be okay on intermediates. Degradation is pretty bad. The grip is going to fall away quickly.
What? Why weren't you saying that in the race update or anything like that? Saying, you know, pit complete, you know, take these to the end. It's probably just a bit of a glitch because I don't actually need to pit. That's why it's saying that, I'm guessing. When I do the vehicle update, oh, you know, drop off's pretty bad. You should probably be on the intermediates now, mate. Because I've turned Jeff off. Jeff is a little bish. He's not told me that. Here I am barely going any faster. I'm probably going slower because I'm sliding and I'm struggling because these wet tyres are, I guess, done. It's not really showing me that they're done. Boxer's lap.
Copy.
Right, you definitely saw me. The DRS has been enabled. But it's inters. Imagine if this went to dry. I thought DRS only got enabled these days if, you know, everyone's on dry tyres or whatever, right? It isn't a dry track. What? If it's dry like the next 3 laps, I'm gonna be mad. If this drops into P20, I'm gonna be really mad. They're telling me it wasn't going to stop raining, so therefore I think, well, it's going to be wet all the way through, right? The track's going to dry up if it just keeps raining. What's up, here we go. It looks like I'm going to be P14 by looks for it. What? Gold. Give me a look. Here we go. Only just okay on fuel. I don't know how that's happened. Looks like we've been under fuel for this race or something. Oh, DRS. DRS on intermediates and wet track seems insane. Weather forecast.
Current reports are suggesting rain will stop in 10 minutes' time.
No, not right now, please. That is being incredibly mediocre at a game. Should be used to this by now. 3 years old. Whoa! I didn't mean to do that. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to find out what the grip's like in his inters. Whilst messing up, so I'm not concentrating enough. Oh, DRS is so weird. Why? Vehicle condition.
Our tyre data is looking positive so far. We think there's plenty of life left in these for the moment.
Get out of it, man. I want to get out of it. I want to get past you guys. No, please don't. Back out of it, Maldonado. Oh, for crying out loud. Hamilton's back for revenge now. What was that? He just swapped inside and tried and dive me. I'm terrified. What just happened? They all just went in again. They just went in again. Are they going to try? Oh, for crying out loud. Vehicle condition.
We're no longer sure that these tyres
Oh,
are
for...
the right ones. It might be time to come in and change. Tyre degradation is on target.
Serious.
Good job.
Serious. This race, I wanted to be the first one to dry as if it was dry. It doesn't look dry. It's still spitting. I know. I need to calm down, don't I? I've gone wide. I couldn't stop for some reason. Obviously, with such a short race, kind of like a 25% race, I think it is. Obviously, the track evolution is going to be massively different to real life. Obviously, that would have taken a lot longer in real life, and I would have had a bit more time to judge things. But as it is on a game, it'll just change within 5 laps, I guess. This is our first race where we've had this dynamic enough weather that we've gone wet into dry. Now, if I'd have known that it would have kept calming down, we only pitted about 2 laps ago. I could have stayed out on the wets and probably saved myself maybe 10 seconds if I was careful. Obviously, I would have been struggling on the wets. It's not like we had a fantastic time there on the inters battling all those people. Now on options, we're down to could be P50 now. We're back with Maldonado and Button now. Oh, it's up. Got cold tyres. I guess it's still spitting a little bit, so I guess the track might be a touch slippy, so I don't want to just be chucking it in like I would be on if it was dry. Like that. Or like that. Still touch and go. Yeah, you can tell that the track's a little bit slippy. They haven't broken 110, then I guess this is it, unfortunately. I can't see me catching anybody from really, possibly Ericsson if I can drive goods. Unlikely. No DRS, unfortunately. Alphabet, much do. Now we've got a load of fuel back now to try. Weird. Oh, maximum brakes there without locking up. Got DRS 12. Baby! Who's this in front of us? What? Why is it saying Hamilton? It's not Hamilton. Oh, are we lapping someone? Ricardo. Why is he so slow? Has he got damage? And if he has, why wasn't it fixed when he went to the pit? What is going on? Ricardo. What are you going to do? What? Okay, that's fair enough. Maybe I should have Jeff on and just weather the storm when it comes to his ridiculous updates every 5 seconds. Did that just show me a blue flag? Are you serious? Why are there blue flags? Ericsson's on the lead lap, same as I am. There's no one else near us. Oh, Max can beat us. So, the other point was possible, and then it rained, obviously, this race, unfortunately. Whilst I really do like this track, it did appear that we didn't quite have the pace that we had in, for example, Barcelona or at Canada. Well, we were comfortably in the top 10 for the most part. So with the weather, we've just lost out a few positions, and that's just outside the top 10, so no points for us. Our teammate is now the one ahead of us, which is interesting. Looks like he might have lost a couple of positions like that. And across the line, P12. Pretty good real life result. As I said, Sainz didn't actually finish this race in the next 3, unfortunately for him. So let's have a look at our fastest lap and just see if the order was shaken up at all by that.
A very memorable race and one
So Raikkonen actually won a race. Perez and Kvyat both got 5-second penalties for probably being involved in some sort of murder. Hamilton was 10th in the end, might have affected that. It's his fault. Rosberg's battle, Massa came up from, he was wherever he started, and Bottas as well. Roman did a good job, 5th, Perez 6th. So fastest lap wise, I was, at least for that, a few laps where I came out of the pits, I was relatively fast. Hamilton pitted 3 times on beat us. 10.5. My teammate not actually that fast, and that's probably why he dropped down a little bit there. So we were faster than Hulkenberg, Verstappen, Grosjean, but I guess they're a little bit more right time, right place. Unfortunately, we're going to have a quick look at the replay. I want to say, what happened in the replay? It was so sketchy. So I'm trying to find out what the track's like in the wet. I think I'll take advantage of a little bit of AI bugginess here. They all line up in the first lap. But it was treacherous. I'm surprised I didn't just spin out or lose it. So obviously at some point I go, hang on a minute, why the hell am I P1? There you go, you can just see, I think Grosjean in front of me going in, which I think might have meant everyone had gone in. So suddenly thinking, why am I P1 or the AI doing something derpy? Am I going to win this race because the AI think they have to get every 5 laps? You know, it's still heavily raining. And I'm thinking, and I've asked Jeff, weather forecast, he said it's not going to stop raining maybe for 20 minutes or 15 minutes. I'm thinking, well, we're not going to change off the wets then, surely. And if I don't need to pit, remember the graphics weren't telling me how worn those wets were. And I'm thinking, well, if I don't need to pit, if these tyres aren't degrading, I don't know if that was a bit of a bug there, I'm not sure, then maybe I could just go to the end. Obviously, that wasn't the case. And within, what, a couple of laps, a few laps, I think they closed a 12 seconds deficit or something like that within about 2 laps. So here we go. I assume that's Hamilton and Raikkonen on my gearbox. Now I am all over the place here. I know that my tyres are worn. He's gone off, and he's tapped Raikkonen on the way back in to the track. The AI aren't particularly good at rejoining the track. And bang. It's not affected Raikkonen, but it very nearly put him into the barrier. I'm just trying to drive in a straight line, honestly. And he did actually side whack the barrier. He's very lucky he didn't just go nose in, because that would have ended his race. Now I'm assuming he's had no damage, although he's barely got into the pits there. I have no idea what happened to Ricardo. More derpiness happened, obviously. Did we just see tyres just flung themselves out into the pit, if you saw that? Right, and that'll conclude that race, I guess. How does that change the championship? So I believe we were P9 last time behind Max. We've actually gone down now. Fiat's actually overtaken us. He must have got points in that race. 25 points. Perez right behind us on 24. A few ahead of us, Fiat. And still 8 behind Max because neither of us scored that race. Raikkonen now has a nice lead. Remember, I think Hamilton was leading and then he's only got 1 point from that race. So interesting all round. Nothing crazy happened to us that race. We just caught out by that wet weather, then the intermediate change and the dry change. So I think I did kind of the best that I could. We've not had like an incredibly dynamic race like that yet. Maybe if I turned Jeff on, he would have told me, by the way, you should be on inters by now, and I wouldn't have been that far behind the curve on changing to inters. I'm guessing I was probably about 2 or 3 laps late to the party, but then if I knew it was going to be dry, obviously, if I had 2020 vision, I would have possibly stayed out by another 3 laps and then pitted for dries, and we could have maybe boosted ourselves up into the points, you know, 7th or 8th or something. I'm not too upset about that. So we've obviously had a trend where we've had a good bad race, and that's gone all the way through these races so far. And although the game says that I failed my objective, I'm not gonna say that was a bad race. Obviously it wasn't strong, we didn't get a load of points, we didn't move forward. But I wouldn't say it was a bad race. I didn't crash out, or, you know, I did myself justice for the conditions, I like to think. So I hope that you're enjoying the series so far. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on the 2025 season. On this season so far as well. I'm hoping that 2016 season is going to be really cool, really fun. I have no idea who's going to win this championship, hypothetically, he says in air quotes, this season. So I'm looking forward to see what happens up there. And thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you.